What is up, Packer fans? Back again. The Packers got the W, 23-6 against the Minnesota Vikings. Packers jumped to 7-3-1 right behind the Bears and ahead of the Lions in the NFC North. The Vikings fell way to the bottom in the NFC North. So Packers, what a big win. Kind of a weird game to start with. Packers, I think it was 10-6 at halftime. Packers kind of a little bit slow starting. They did, drive down the field, get a touchdown with Emmanuel Wilson early on. And Wilson played a heck of a game. 28 carries for his first start. A guy that came out of a D2 Fort Valley State University, a really small school, obviously D2, and a guy that got onto the practice squad, got onto the starting roster, and then got his first start for the Packers, undrafted guy. And 28 carries, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns, had a long of 12, 3.8 yards at average, so really a good day for him. Chris Brooks came in, 8 for 21 yards, a decent job spelling Wilson. Obviously, if Wilson can keep that kind of production up, you bring Jacobs back, now you really have a 1-2 punch that is deadly, along with Jordan Love. Love played pretty good, 14-21, only 139 yards passing, and got sacked once, no touchdowns, no picks, pretty much just the game manager. Packers really ran the ball a lot. They just kind of held the ball, kept time of possession, allowed the defense to play. Packers receivers, Watson playing pretty good, 5 catches, 49 yards. Wicks, 2 for 32, and then Dobbs, who had 2 also for 23. Dobbs is the leading receiver, and we're hoping to get Jaden Reed back. Matthew Golden was also out against the Vikings, so to get Golden and Reed, 2 speedsters, 2 kind of small slot guys, could really add a nice punch to this Packers offense. And then on defense, what can I say about this defense? In the first half, started a little bit slow. The Vikings ran the ball well. Jordan Mason had a nice 20-yard burst, and then a few nice runs before that. And then Aaron Jones was kind of getting going a little bit as well. But then this Packers defense in the second half, obviously that punt, Whalen's quite a weapon. Daniel Whalen, our punter, he's quite the weapon. What a big punt. And then it kind of bounced back, had the backspin, bounced into one of the Vikings guy, and then Zane Anderson got the fumble recovery, huge for him. But McDuffie playing great, he had a half a sack and an interception as a linebacker filling in for Quay Walker. Big shoes to fill. Quay Walker was out, and McDuffie played great. Evan Williams had another interception. What a big play for him. JJ just kind of sailed it, and it went right to Evans. And then on the defensive line, Colby Wooden playing great against the run. Devontae Wyatt, 2 sacks for Wyatt. We needed him to step up. We need guys that, who are getting one-on-ones. When Parsons is getting 2-on-1 or 3-on-1, we need the other guys to step up. Rashawn Gary didn't get a sack, but he had the ball where he hit it, and McDuff was able to get that pick. And then another play where he kind of caused the pressure, and then JJ rolled out, and then Devontae was able to clean it up. So having guys coming around the edge and then a guy up the middle like that is huge for what the Packers are trying to do pass rush-wise in this defense. Edrin Cooper playing good again. And then who else got a sack? Brinson got the other half a sack. So 2 for Wyatt, 2 for Micah Parsons. Parsons got 1 early, and then he got 1 late, and then he had basically the one that set up Devontae Wyatt's first sack down around the goal line. Both of them were almost safeties for Wyatt, but Parsons 2 sacks, a bunch of other pressures. Rashawn Gary had some pressures, forced an interception, and then Devontae Wyatt scoring 2 sacks on the day, kind of coming back from his injuries earlier in the season. So really big for them. On the back end, Nixon went out early. He came running in to get, I think it was Jason after Jefferson, and then he ran into Devontae Wyatt. We were just talking about him. And basically running into a 6'4", 300-pound guy, just shook up Nixon too much to come back in. They had to play the young guy, Hayden, and he played great. Kamal Hayden, he played great. He was really kind of just thrown into the mix. You have Valentine out there. Nate Hobbs is also out with injuries. So Packers said basically that Hayden has been playing so good that they had to put him in there. They had no chance but to keep him off the field because of the injury, but they wanted to get him in there in the mix anyway. So kind of exciting to see him get out there, go up against Addison and Jefferson and play well. Valentine playing well again also. So Packers on defense. Hopefully Nixon will be good to go for the Lions game. I'm hoping to get Jaden Reed. I'm hoping to get Matthew Golden. I'm hoping to get Josh Jacobs. And I'm hoping to get the rest of these guys healthy for this game. So Nixon should be good to go. We'll see though. But for the Packers on the defense, going up against Jefferson, he only had 4 catches, 48 yards. Hockenson, 4 catches, 19 yards. Addison had 0 for 0, for one of their big play guys. And for me, I just don't think J.J. McCarthy is it for the Vikings. they had Sam Darnold. They got rid of Sam Darnold. He's tearing it up with the Seahawks and Jackson Smith and Jigma. And now the Vikings just bottom of the barrel. Last year they won a lot more games than this year. Justin Jefferson's numbers are down. Pretty much the whole team's numbers are down. And it all kind of comes back to their quarterback just not playing well enough to win games. He was 12 and 19, 87 yards, 2 interceptions, and 5 sacks. The Packers should have got that other sack because it was, I don't know, I guess they counted as a loss of yards for the on a run or whatever. But when McCarthy kind of tripped and fell, should have been a sack. But whatever. So go Pack go. What a big win, 23-6. Now we got a short week. We got the Lions on Thanksgiving, and then we go to Lambeau again to play against the Bears. So 2 division games at home and then 1 on Thanksgiving against the Lions. We do get a little bit of a bye before the Bears, and the Bears still haven't played anybody but a backup quarterback. So I think the Packers should be on top of this division by the end of this little 3-game streak. Got the first one against the Vikings. Now a tough one in Detroit. Detroit did go into overtime. They did have to play a lot more intense football than the Packers did. The Packers kind of had an easy street game. Jordan Love got to rest a little bit. Some of the other guys got to rest a little bit. So for the Packers, big time game coming up on Thursday. Don't forget to come back and watch the video. Thanks again. Go Pack Go, 23-6. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out, guys. See you.